morning, everybody, or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it's wonderful to have you, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back and joining me today. So on today's agenda, oh, my hand is well in the way there, let's just move it along, is a stitch with me. And today I am working on my Paine Free Crafts kit, which is Sailing Fairy artwork by Nadia Strelkina, and charted and kitted by Paine Free Crafts. And I'm stitching this on some 25 count easy count, and I'm doing this 1/1 full cross. It is a fairly confetti heavy piece, so don't know how much I'm going to get done, but hey, let's just see, eh? So I hope everybody's doing well. I've had a busy week as ever. I've been in the office for 3 days this week, and we've had a particularly busy time at work, and overtime is also on as well. So my stitching time tends to reduce a little bit because the overtime is more important. Much as I love my stitching, you know, with the excuse me, with the generally rising cost of living and Christmas around the corner, then overtime is vital at the moment. So I'm taking advantage as much as I can. I got up this morning at just after 5 and did a little overtime before I'm now sat here stitching this. Everybody's gone to work or school or wherever it is they've gone to, and the house is quiet. Cat's knocking around, but you know, she's in my bad books this morning, so I think she's avoiding me. It's been a little colder again here this week. We've certainly had, yesterday there was quite a cold wind yesterday, and it really did proper feel like, you know, winter was on the way. It's a time of year where no matter what, we always get the reports here in the UK. In so many days' time, you're going to get snow and you're going to be bombarded with it. I haven't seen, oh, excuse me, oh, that's that early start. I haven't seen any of these stories come true yet. I mean, is it just me? So the weathermen don't have a great reputation, do they? But whoever sits there and predicts this, all they do is create panic. People then go and start panic buying, and before we know it, it's like, you know, it's like we're in a pandemic again. No loo roll, no milk, no bread. Doesn't make it easy, but never mind. So it's Friday morning today. It's the 24th of November. It's Black Friday. Any of you, anybody got any Black Friday deals? And did anybody strike lucky? I usually see Black Friday as the time of year where retailers sell the stuff that they can't normally shift. I don't think I've ever really shopped on a Black Friday, if I'm honest. Speaking of shopping, I have an unboxing to do because my prize has arrived from Gecko Rouge, which I'm very happy about, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's not I mean, obviously Gecko Rouge kits are not massive projects, and this one is also a perfect square, so I'm quite pleased about it. And it's such a beautiful picture with beautiful colours, and I just love it. So I shall unbox that, and then that one will be ready for the year of the gecko, because I think that is sort of attached in some people's imagination, as it were. To have a year in 2025 that, you know, I start all of my Gecko Rouge kits and add them into my rotation with everything else. Definitely going to be outside of my comfort zone with the amount of work in progresses that I have, but it is what it is. I'm hoping to get, I've got 10 in progress now. I'm hoping to get at least 2, and I'm hoping for 3 of my full coverage and current whips done. I'm hoping for Autumn Waltz, obviously, because it's, you know, the smallest one, and Maui Princess, but also She Sleeps is not massive, and you know, if I put that one in priority after Maui Princess is done, I think I could get that done. Went to Weight Loss Club last night. Just another £1 off, but hey, I'm happy with that. I'll take that. That is fine. I've had a lot of weeks of really good losses, and when I look at where I've come from to where I am now, it's quite huge. So, you know, 3 stone 2, or 42 pounds. Is it 42? 14, 28, no, 44 pounds, beg your pardon. I'm quite happy with that. Seem to have, you know, got a pattern. 3 good weeks of losses, 1 not so good. 3 good weeks, 1 not so good. And that's fine, because still onwards and downwards in weight terms. So I'm going to have a look through and respond to some of your lovely comments today. As ever on these chatty stitch with me's, before I get ready to start my normal shift. So my first one is on live stream number 10, and it's from Kel's Bells. Loved your video. I also knit and crochet as well as cross stitch. Please do organise a retreat. I would come to that, or the retreat waiting lists are so huge. Enjoy your time away with Andy, and your stitching is so beautiful. Thank you. I might look into doing some retreats. It's just finding somewhere to have them more than anything. I'd have to sort of fit it in, and it'd probably be, you know, maybe Sheffield or something like that, because it's a city that's you can easily get to it, and there's loads of facilities in Sheffield and lots of stuff. But I'll definitely have a look, perhaps in the new year, and you know, perhaps talk to Sammy, who does the Flush Friends Retreat, and see how, you know, she, you know, sort of does it, and then have a look and see what we can work out. And then again on the same video, a Spark of Sparkle, lovely name, says, I'm always excited to see what new design you have on your nails. And she can't wait to see my hair and love my stitching. She's learned a lot. Yeah, so I've still got the same design on at the moment, which is just like a lilac tip with a white line around it. But I'm due to get them done in, I don't know if it's next weekend or weekend after, I can't remember. Because these last quite a long time. My nails don't seem to grow terribly fast. And next time I shall put some Christmas sparkle on them, I think. But yes, I think my nails have become a bit of a unique selling point, really. I mean, I know that on Andy's videos it's been, you know, mentioned about my nails, because sometimes if I'm with him and I'm pointing at something, you know, obviously people see what design's on my fingernails that day or week or whenever it is. Little treat for myself, you know. As I've always said, I don't drink, I don't smoke. The bin goes out more than I do. Yes, okay, me and Andy get away from time to time, but my treat, my pampering to myself is my nails. So there we go. So Clara comments on that same live stream and says, another outstanding live. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Not to worry, Clara. You know, sometimes, you know, life gets in the way and you can't help, you know, but for it to be, oh, excuse me, busy. I mean, I've got live streams because I'm doing them on a Sunday. They'll be on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve this year. You know, I mean, I don't know if you guys will sort of want to join. For those, you will have to let me know. I'll perhaps talk about it on this Sunday's live. You know, or perhaps, you know, just pause the lives for a couple of weeks until we get into January. But let's see, shall we? She says she knits socks using 2 circular 24-inch needles. Helps me not to get ladders on the sides of my socks. I was all thumbs trying to use sock needles. I've always wanted to learn to do 2 socks at a time. I've looked at how-to videos and I get lost. Someday I'll try again. Congrats on the weight loss. At that point I'd lost 40 pounds and she says she can't wait to see my haircut. I've looked at Medusa Dollmaker's Etsy shop and the charts have few colours and are smaller in size. I was not that happy, hoping enough of us can message them to let them know they need to do some improvements to consider making. Have fun with Andy on travels and shopping, which of course I did. So thank you, Clara. Stitching from Gnome Cottage 141. Great name. So Stitching from says, hi Nicola, I saw you looking at wool in Hobbycraft the other Sunday. Emily, you should have come and said hello. I absolutely would have loved that. You know, she says she was flipping through the cross-stitch kits and she recognised Andy's voice. He was chuffed at that, which made her look up and she gasped to her partner, it's Nicola, simply a stitcher. I was wondering what you were working on that needed wool and wasn't stitching. A lovely thing to do. Enjoy your time off. Yeah, I was gathering up wool for the post office box topper, the Letters to Heaven topper, and I was in a bit of a grump because I couldn't find what I wanted. My original idea was to get some polystyrene shapes, which I know Hobbycraft have done in the past, and, you know, crochet over those shapes rather than buy stuffing. And of course, because polystyrene is, you know, now one of those non-eco-friendly materials, and that it's kind of frowned upon, and Hobbycraft no longer carried it. So I spent quite a lot of time in there debating with Andy and Lauren, because Lauren was with us too. Do I hold out and go somewhere else, or do I buy some toy stuff in here so that I can fill these shapes for the topper? Because I really don't want, you know, for it, you know, but it wasn't really what I wanted. I did want the poly shapes, but it was, you know, absolutely, it is what it is, and I couldn't get them. So but yeah, you know, just tap me on the shoulder and say, you know, I'm one of your subscribers or whatever, you know, absolutely fine. I love to speak to people. I'm quite happy to do it. So yeah, I would have been chuffed to meet you, Emily. So maybe someday soon we'll cross paths in there. So that was on my floss tube, where you all saw my new haircut. Patricia says, great haircut, enjoying your road trip and stitching. Can't wait to see the bird in Maui Princess. Yeah, the parrot in Maui Princess, because I'm working sort of left to right, it's not quite in view on the frame yet, but it will be soon. And I've already done part of the top plume of feathers, so that's gone over too. Silly Billy. So Susan Taylor says, just tuned in, your hair is gorgeous, thank you. It's such a big change, and I'm so happy because it means it's so much easier to look after as well. It was very strange the first time I washed it, because, you know, as you women with, you know, people with long hair will know, you know, when you sort of want to wash long hair, you put your head over the bath or sink or whatever, and you push all your hair forward. And I've got none there. I've got none to push forward. So yeah, there was definitely a difference. And, you know, when I'd washed it a couple of times after the hairdressers, and, you know, it started to settle a little bit, then the natural wave in it started to come through as well, because my hair does have this sort of wave in it. It's not dead straight, which can be a little annoying at times because it does have a mind of its own, but it's part of its uniqueness, I suppose. And she also says, I have a pretty new top and she loves it. I've actually had that top a little while. It's just not one that I wear very often because, or didn't wear very often, because it had elasticated cuffs, and they, oh, excuse me, the elasticated cuffs dug in, but no, they don't. So I do wear it a little bit more often, and it's also slightly thicker, so it's a more wintry kind of top. But yeah, it's nice. It's lovely and sort of vibrant colours. I think there was one that the girls bought me, actually. My daughters have good taste. Anyway, Sharon goes on this one as well to say, my hair looks lovely. Thank you, Sharon. And Katinka, the haircut suits you well. Sue in New Zealand says, a new woman, looking great. Yeah, I do feel like a new woman. I mean, the weight loss, the haircut, it all, you know, adds in, doesn't it? It's great. So, oh, excuse me. Jane also says, you're looking amazing, love the hair. Sassy Jacks says, I had to pause the video so I could say, I love your hair. That is a very flattering hairstyle. Thank you all very much. I went into hairdressers and said, help, I look awful. And she went, yeah, we'll sort that. My hairdresser's fantastic. She really is. You know, she's seen me kind of at its worst when it's been, you know, down my back and a bit scraggly and what have you. But she's also made me look my best as well. She's responsible for my hair when I got married on my wedding day. And has been, you know, for the last sort of 10 years, she's been the only person let loose near my hair with a pair of scissors. User FX6EO2EK4F says, you're looking so good. I love your haircut. It makes you look much younger. Yeah, that's the other thing. It does knock years off me. So I'm very glad, you know, to have had it done. At work, when I went back, so obviously I didn't go back until Monday, and I wasn't back in the office until Tuesday, and, you know, I'd had my hair done sort of nearly a fortnight by then, and people were like, wow, who is that? There's a new person in the office, because it just, you know, it looks so much better, doesn't it? Okay. Esther says you look great. Sherry, your hair looks great and weight loss is looking good. Thanks for the video. Progress is amazing. MVC says love your haircut. I think this haircut is definitely being a good thing. The lovely Mrs. Miggins, your haircut suits you, Nicola. You did a Jules, lol. Great progress on projects. Have a good few days away and stay safe. And DJ Cluzy12, I agree with all of the above comments. You look lovely. You look lovely. Congratulations. Thank you. Heather P5134, pretty haircuts. Enjoy your trip. Thank you. I did. E-crafting in Colorado. So Elise says, congratulations on the weight loss. You're looking great. Thank you. A Spark of Sparkle has then come back onto this video and said, I'm loving the new hair. Albert Toledo Roberts 1779, you look great. The hairstyle suits you. Thank you very much. I had a lot of lovely comments about my hair. Clara says, again, haircut is stunning, and add the fancy dress and voila, happy day of travel for you and Andy. Seeing your progress on your whips is a delight as always. Beautiful colours on the Aframov piece. I can't remember what I've done here. Oh. There it is. Take care, happy stitching on Mary Princess. I do want to get her done. I really do. Sue Landriel, your haircut looks absolutely fabulous on you. Congratulations on your incredible weight loss journey. You're doing fantastic. Stitching progress is wonderful as well. Thank you, Sue. And then Norma, what a lovely hairstyle. Very flattering on you. And with the weight loss and the new do, you're totally reinventing yourself. Looking great and love all the stitching you've done. Yeah, just feel like reinvention. Even the slimming group were kind of like, oh my God. They couldn't believe it, you know, when I walked in, because I actually had it done on a Thursday morning and, well, Thursday afternoon, and Thursday evening's the slimming class. So they couldn't quite believe it either. Christina Lothman, you look so fine. Thank you. Sharon Marie, looking great. Nice progress as always. Enjoy your few days away. We did have a lovely day apart from me, lovely time away apart from me falling over on the middle day. But, you know, It is what it is. The hazards of not seeing an adverse camber on a footpath, being in mud, and turning my concentration off just for a couple of seconds. That was it. I was gone. Carlsbad's lovely haircut, Nicholas, suits you very well. And great floss tube again. As always, lovely work. And on my last chatty stitch with me, I had Envy out on the frame, which is, as I said before, fast becoming a channel favourite. That between that and a stitching shelf, I think they get, you know, the most sort of comments. Sharon Fennell says, fabulous colours in this piece. Enjoy your time away. Yeah, there's lots and lots of greens in Envy. Greens, greys, some blues and yellows. It's a lovely vibrant palette. So there we go. So Kelly S, Kelly's 1549 again on my Stitch With Me with Envy. So thank you to responding for my request for diet friendly and meal suggestions. They were great. Can't wait to try some of the ideas provided. Yep, no problem at all. Like I said, for me, it's a case of keep it simple. The more you muck about with food, the more complicated it is. I think the more likely you are to overeat and overindulge on it. And I don't think you can beat plain simple food for, you know, for calorie burning, really. You know, the plainer it is, the easier it is for your body to digest. And if eating protein rich foods, you feel less hungry. So okay. So Daphne Chamberlain, we were talking on I don't know if it was a floss tube, and she was saying that she was doing a Disney kit, I think it is. She just doesn't know where it was originally from. I got it in a lot of cross-stitch supplies, bought from a friend a few years ago. I've also got the one where Mickey's painting a self-portrait, and the portrait turns out to be Walt Disney. That sounds brilliant. And then she says, enjoy the time away. And then Clara comes onto that same Stitch With Me and says, thank you. Hoping your travels have been fun. I'm sorry that it's raining. I'm stitching on, she was stitching on Aveline, or Aveline, charted by Charting Creations. She's full of confetti, so it's slow stitching, but enjoys it. And speaking of Gecko Rouge, would you show us your kits that you have so far? If you want to save that until your year of Gecko Rouge, I understand. I think that's a really good idea. So what I shall do is, I mean, obviously I'll do an unboxing with this new kit, and then perhaps next week I'll do a little video with my Gecko Rouge kits that I've acquired this year. And then next year, obviously, I will be getting some more Gecko Rouge kits because, as I said, I'm a member of the Gold Club. So I'll be getting a voucher for at least another kit. And before the year of Gecko Rouge, I'll do another kit parade. So that's not a problem. She just loves seeing your kits when floss tubers show them. Come on. And enjoy seeing you work on Envy. See you next time. Disconnect this thread. There we have it. Linda Fabrizio says, love your hair, it's a great cut. Yep, thank you very much. I mean, I know I sort of keep drip feeding stories about my haircut, but I walked in the house and, you know, Hannah was, oh my God, you've gone very short. Lauren was just like, her jaw just dropped to the ground and she was like, oh my God, I love it. And Andy was like, hey, typical man response. I do chuckle. He is fun sometimes. So Heather P5134 says on Envy, stitch with me. Hi Nicola, beautiful stitching. I just love all of those greens. Congratulations on your continued weight loss. And I hope you had a lovely trip. I was sitting along working on a Christmas card for my parents. I've not stitched anything small like a Christmas card swatch in a long time. You know, maybe that might be, you know, a nice thing to do. I have a box of little kits, but, you know, not touched. And mind you, I bought 2 magazines last week and I've not even opened them. Terrible. Terrible with magazines. I love to buy them. I've got like 3 boxes of them. Don't look at them very often. Very naughty. I have more than enough stash now. I'm definitely a fully paid up member of Sable, or stash acquired beyond life expectancy. Okay, so Linda asks on She Sleeps. I did a stitch with me on She Sleeps. The Heaven and Earth design one, not the Mareka one. Stephanie Poy Law is the artist. And she asked, am I doing it on 20 count? Yes. 20 count Ada for She Sleeps. It's my only one that's on 20 count. My only piece. And she also says, love your nails. And then Esther Orovali says, hi Nicola, the colours are pretty. That's also on the Stephanie on She Sleeps. Yeah, pinks, reds, burgundies, browns, tans tend to make up that piece. So Clara mentions on this one as well, on She Sleeps 166. She says, very nice seeing you stitch some light colours on She Sleeps. I thought you'd start a new coverage piece at first. I'm stitching right along with you on my Frida piece, charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch. They're having a sale next week on their charts. Take care. Hope to see you on your live. I've seen a few unconventional cross stitches. They're not for me. I can see the beauty in them, but they're not my thing. But I follow a few people on Instagram who are stitching on unconventional cross stitch charts, and you know, and the work is beautiful. It's the subject matter. They're not my kind of stitch. But it wouldn't do for everybody to be the same now, would it? Lynn, Crazy Stitcher, love, love, love your hair. It's stunning on you. Enjoy your time away. And then Kathy Bukes 6360 says, oh, beep, beep. Says, love the hairstyle and, of course, the project. Well done on the weight loss and happy stitching. Thank you very much. So, Gio says, hi, Nicola. Hope you had a wonderful trip. Congratulations on the continued weight loss success. I had a pleasant surprise when I was weighed at the doctor's last week. I've lost 12 pounds since moving and walking my dog. Well done, Gio. That's fantastic. Looking at adjustments to my diet, I could make so hopefully lose a little more. You're inspiring me to try it. That's wonderful. If I had a tip, I would say drink plenty of fluid, plenty of clear fluid, so water or squash. Try and limit your caffeine intake if you can. And, you know, do that little extra walking. If you use public transport, get off a stop earlier. If you drive, park furthest away from the supermarket entrance, that kind of thing. Those things always make sense to me, because we can be very sedentary and not wanting to walk if we don't have to, when it's very easy to slip into that routine. But when you stop being sedentary, you know, just building it up very slowly, just like I said, by getting off the bus early, it can make a massive difference. My stitching bug is back with a vengeance. Good to hear. And I'm obsessed with my crop of Love Letters chocolate shop. So happily stitching away at all times. Yeah. I saw you tagged me on an Instagram post with that one, Gio, I saw, and it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. So well done, you. And I'm really glad that your bug's back. There's nothing worse than when the bug disappears. With me, when my bug decides that it's disappearing temporarily. Excuse me. I just do a bit of little and often stitching. So I might only put in 100 stitches here and there. But eventually it does sort of come back. Andy always says I look weird without stitching in my hands, because he knows that even if we're not at home, I'll still want to stitch. So I did another live stream last Sunday, live stream number 11. And I was working on Autumn Waltz, the Carolyn Manning design that I have. And Sassy Jacks says, I love this pattern so much I bought it. Glad to have enabled you. It's not a massive piece, and you know, the good thing is with them all being little motifs, they feel like you've done so much more. Each motif is like a little finish in itself, and I love that. I've never really been a sampler stitcher, but I would imagine that that's the same kind of scenario when you're working on a sampler and you finish a little motif or a section or an outline or some lettering or whatever it might be. But yeah, on Autumn Waltz it's like a multitude of small finishes. I'm pretty sure that you will enjoy stitching it just as much as I have. So Clara come on and commented on my live stream. Loved watching you stitch. I'm stitching on a stitching shelf and slowly going through the confetti, but at the same time I love it. Yep. Stitching shelf, I'm doing the regular size max colour. I should imagine that you being you, Clara, you'll be doing the super size max colour, because I know that you're a fan of the, you know, super size kits. Definitely a go big or go home. So I can imagine that, you know, it's even more sort of confetti on the super size max colour. But yeah, it's lovely. I love stitching shelf. And she also says that starting on the 22nd of November, the Unconventional Cross Stitch are having a sale on of their patterns and kits, so presumably again to coincide with Black Friday. And just being an enabler, I don't care for their patterns, but there are a few I like, especially the one by the artists Westerman and the Friedas by Heather Galler. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Clara. They're not for me, but I know that, you know, lots of other people do like them. And she comments as well that my 2 weeks off were full of activities with your family. Yeah, they were. I went back to work for a rest. I told them so at work as well. That created a chuckle too. He said, "What did you do?" I said, "Well, 2 days in Nottingham, 3 days in Cumbria, a day in Manchester, 2 days with my stepdad visiting, 1 day haircut, 1 day nails done, 1 day Christmas shopping, and 1 day of stitching." So it is what it is. So the next lot of comments are on the latest floss tube that I've released, but I'm going to skip over those and do the floss tube comments in my next video. So I'm just going to pick up the comments that are on Stitch With Me's and live stream, because I will do the comments on my last floss tube that was published on Tuesday next time. So Linda KK1 OK talks about my Stitch With Me with Autumn Waltz, because that was my Wednesday release this week, and she says it's so beautiful. Yeah, it is. I love it. I think lots of people love it. I've enabled somebody now to buy it. Excuse me. So yeah, it's a great piece. And then I think that's the last comment. It is. I thought there was another one, but I must have got that one wrong. So that is all my comments. And again, another lovely lot. I absolutely love reading and responding to your comments. I'll pop a heart on, and so that you know that I've seen it. I mean, obviously I publish it as well. And then using these Stitch With Me videos to go through the comments just is a really nice, you know, way of doing the Stitch With Me for me. It's the better way for me, I have to say. So yeah. Do keep your comments coming in across my videos. sometimes my videos don't get very many comments, and sometimes they get loads. It does depend, I think, on the subject matter, but you know, it is much appreciated that you do comment on the videos. It's also a good time to, you know, just remind that I do have a live on a Sunday night. And of course, you know, you can ask questions and things in there. There's a chat on the live, but you do have to be a subscriber to access the chat. Now, that is free. It is free to subscribe. There's no cost associated by you viewing my channel. I don't have anything other than, you know, just my channel views and ad revenue supporting my channel. I don't have a buy me a coffee or super thanks or anything like that. So sorry, I'm getting a bit dry. So you guys liking the video and interacting with it is vital, and you know, watching the videos. And on the subject of ads, I know the ads can be really annoying, and I understand that. But as I said, that's my sort of income source. If, I mean, I do sort of say, you know, try not to skip the ads, but you know, if you do skip the ads, then you do. I mean, I would never allow one to run that's more than about 30 seconds or a minute at max. I've seen YouTube's a bit wild, actually. I've seen some adverts that can run for like 50 minutes. I'm thinking, who's going to watch an advert for 50 minutes? And, you know, wherever it is that they're advertising for 50 minutes, is it going to be worth 50 minutes of my time to sit through? And normally after the first sort of couple of minutes, I realise that I'm watching a long ad, and it's just, well, for me, it's drivel. So off it goes. But I do enjoy the live streams. They're a nice round off to my week. And a Sunday night stitch along is just the ticket. Sunday nights, we're getting ready for the week ahead. We don't really want to think about work, so what better thing to do than to bury yourself in your stitching for an hour and a half? Because that's what my lives have been just lately. They've been an hour and a half. I mean, the intention was for it to be about an hour, but it seems that they are popular, and as they get more popular, the time tends to get longer, which I don't mind. But if it carries on like that, I might have to bring the start time forward to 7:30 or 7 or something. Because by the time that I'd finished my live last week and, you know, packed everything away and sorted out my project ready for the next day and so on, it was like nearly 10 o'clock. So, yeah. I do love them though. Absolutely love them. Let's see if I can predict what project it might be for this Sundays. Excuse me, very dry. Might be my night cafe this week. That'll be nice. because, as I've already said, with overtime being on, my stitching time will be less this weekend. I'm determined in making sure I get stitching time, but it will be less. No trips out though this Sunday morning to deliver another topper. We've got Andy's children this weekend, so I've got a trip out to there's a little bit of food shopping I need to do, but other than that, there we go. Still got about 10 minutes of this stitch with me to go, so I'll just crack on and get a few more of these done. I've actually done quite a lot. I've done 140 already. Didn't think I would get that many done, with this being, it's a lovely piece and it is a lot of confetti, but hey, I like that. I don't mind. It just adds to the beauty of the piece, doesn't it? Put all these colours together and it just makes it. Going back to the retreat conversation, it came about because in my live stream we were talking about retreats, and I was saying that it would be my ideal would be for me to own a home or a building, or whatever, with enough space to do retreats and accommodation and stuff. But it's a bit of a pipe dream because I'm not that rich. I'd have to win the lottery, but to do that I'd have to go halfway and buy a ticket. So a girl can dream, eh? Ideally what I'd like is like a plot of land where I could put some sort of accommodation, whether that be like a sort of tiny house style or something like that, or even buy, I don't know, like an old pub or something that I can renovate and have as like a B&B, and then have a stitching room in it, I mean, I know most retreats take place in like hotels and things, but if you could sort of, it would be more, if it was mine, it'd be more local business than large chain, because unfortunately large chains are the only ones that can kind of do retreats that are not as expensive on the pocket, from what I can understand. Smaller places, perhaps want a little bit more, but yeah, it's a dream. If I could stitch all day every day, I think I would. But I can't. Unfortunately, I do have to carry on working. Even though Andy's channel's doing well, it's not doing enough to support everybody, which is a shame. So yeah, I do have to work, sadly. But you never know. Like I said, I might have a look in and see how easy or difficult it is to set up retreats, and see if I can't, work something out. My dream would be like to have a place that, it was like a B&B style, and with, a stitching room open 24/7. So a girl can dream. I am very glad it's Friday today, but I will be doing a little overtime at the weekend, but I'm just so glad it's Friday. Overtime is much easier to do than the normal work, if that makes sense. Because during my normal work day, I've got, if I'm in the office, I hear buzz of conversation, people are coming up to you and asking you things. You've got teams going off. It's like, oh, come into this Zoom meeting, and so on and so forth. But when I'm doing overtime at the weekends at home, it's lovely and quiet. And I can just focus on what I'm doing and ignore everything else. It's fabulous. Yeah, Andy and the girls know that if I'm working, there is a virtual do not disturb sign by me. So they just tend to leave me alone, let me get on with it. So almost at the hour now. I have to be getting sorted to carry on working in a moment. So just a reminder of my schedule. Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. UK time. My live stream usually lasts for around an hour and a half. Lots of interactive chat, and all welcome. And if you are a channel subscriber, you'll be able to participate in the stream chat. And Tuesdays is my frost tube update, So my weekly video, my weekly update, showing you what I've been up to. Wednesdays is a Stitch With Me day, so I'll put out a Stitch With Me on a Wednesday, so the next one will be an ASMR one, or ASMR style. And then on Friday there will be a second Stitch With Me, and again that will be an alternative, so with music, and then we'll repeat. But as I did get my prize this week, I'll be doing an unboxing of my Gecko Rouge kit this week and show you that one. Now, whether or not I get that done today or not, I don't know. If not, it'll be done in the early part of next week. But really, all that's left is to thank you all for watching. I have done 175 stitches, which I'm quite pleased with, because this one, as I say, is quite confetti heavy, but it looks like that some of the confetti isn't quite so bad here. This is a building coming in, isn't it? It's a building now. It's quite good. Pleased with that. 3 videos coming up on the end of your screen. If you've not watched them, please do go take the time to have a look. And if you're not subscribed, take the opportunity to press the subscribe button, or check that you are still subscribed. And if you press on the notification bell and select all, you'll be notified of all of my uploads. So I'm going to go and do what I need to do. So all that's left really is to say thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for your comments and your interaction with me. It's really, really lovely. I do enjoy these Stitch With Me's where I can respond to your comments, so please do keep them coming in. Take care, happy stitching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.